But yeah, man, I think there's the problem with the politicizing,
Politicization.
the politicization of
Politicization.
everything nowadays is that it brings a moral aspect to every discussion. So if I want to wear black socks and for some reason, like, this subject has been politicized, you're gonna think, if you're discussing with someone that doesn't approve of black socks, you know, if it becomes a political discussion, then it's gonna become a moral discussion. And now socks have like wearing black socks have become something that is immoral,
But
you
no,
know,
I don't agree with
that's
your
how
premise.
and that's how people get divided. It's not like, oh, okay, it's
That-
just like his preference.
This conversation is dividing me right now. You're taking a subset. Like, what happens in our current political spectrum is that one of the parties, or both, I don't even know if that's actually accurate for both, they are hiding behind the morality. That's kind of one of their claims of what they're about. Therefore, makes the disagreement a moral disagreement. But that's not necessarily the case for all politics in all the countries.
So wait, so you're saying that there is a objective morality
No,
to no,
go, sorry, finish to make sure if that's a no for me.
and
You're saying that the debate
and
becomes
that
politic
objective
and
morality is not really being exposed in the
no,
in
I'm
the
saying that
discussions,
the
or
discussion becomes a moral one because it's all under a cloak of morality, not because wearing socks is moral or not. It's more about wearing socks is bad. I don't want people to wear socks, and I'm also moral. Therefore, wearing socks is immoral, and that's the argument that's being made. But that's not necessarily makes wearing socks moral or immoral. Like, that's devoid of morality. Black
well,
socks.
yeah, no, but
In your
I'm saying,
example.
like, that morality is being brought to subjects where morality is not really
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that.
objective. You
Or
know,
they shouldn't belong. It's
they
not part.
shouldn't. There's
It's not
no.
part of the
It's
argument.
like a personal choice, you know. And you're saying, well, if you're wearing black socks, then you're bad for the world, and therefore you're evil. You know,
But now give me an example,
the
an
black
actual
socks,
example.
evil people, huh?
Give me an actual example that we can work off of.
Shit, I'm gonna be canceled.
Always quote your
I'm gonna be
sources.
canceled in the first episode.
Always quote your sources. No, that's okay because I'm here to be the yang to your yin.
Like, a very clear example of that is, should you take the vaccine to protect yourself or to protect others? Is it a moral thing to take the vaccine, or is it a personal choice?
Right.
Are you doing it to the common good, or are you doing it to protect yourself? You know,
Right.
I guess that's like the most recent,
Yeah.
the most recent one that I can think of that has a lot of weight and generated a lot of division within, in this society.
Yeah.
Like, people were vilifying, demonizing people that rejected the vaccine, that
Didn't want to take it.
that didn't want to take it, that decided to not, to go a different route, protecting themselves against the virus. And or even with the masks, like, after when they dropped the mask mandates, a lot of people were protesting that they wanted the mask mandates, like inside of a college campus, for example. And that generates division because
Right.
people that are wearing masks, they think that the person that is not wearing a mask is a menace to society or to public health. You know what I'm saying? So how do you trace that line? There's a fine line between personal choice, personal responsibility, and like, what comes first, individual health or public health? Like, where's the morality behind those choices?
I can understand
You know what
how
I'm
you
saying?
can make it into definitely a very deep moral argument. Like,
And I'm not arguing,
and not
like,
to quote
the efficacy of
Yeah.
of vaccines. That I
No,
guess
you're
that
not.
I guess that's that's
Not up for debate.
proven. That is
That's
not
not
up
up
to
for debate.
debate. Not up for debate.
Yeah.
And now what I'm trying to say is that you asked for an example, and I could think of that
Yeah.
one, like the morality behind that disagreement between people.
Right. Right.
Should you take the vaccine because it's good for the world, it's good for your communities, it's for the common good, or you're just taking the vaccine just to protect yourself, and it should be an individual choice, and you shouldn't be vilified and demonized and labeled as an anti-vax or whatever if you choose not to take the vaccine and choose a different route.
I feel like I'm gonna start with my feelings on this argument. Well, I
Like Ben Shapiro says, facts don't care about your feelings.
yeah.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh, we'll speed it up so you can sound just like him. There is a lot of nuance to this argument, and I think an argument can be made because everything is about compromise. There's like you always have to compromise in one thing or the other. If you don't want to take a vaccine, say that you're, and this is not what happens. This is the layer even before what I'm about to start with the argument, which is the information, the quality of the information that you're using to inform your choice. Right. Because that was I think for me that's kind of like one on the center of the issue is how the quality of information has been hijacked and altered, and now it's not even about the information. It becomes like, because it's not a coincidence like that you can like almost make a line in party lines about who's for the vaccine and who's against the vaccine. Clearly, like you have to have people educated on in all parties. Like how come like the gross majority of the line is right in the middle of the party? This to me tells me there's something else informing the decisions.
There's something else behind the scenes,
informing these decisions.
It's influencing people's decisions.
Yeah, and so people are not taking the information at information value. They're filtering this through a bunch of other things, and it's a complicated issue. But like, there's a trade-off that there is. Like, the problem with, or the issue that vaccines were trying to fix, it was not directly you getting sick. It had to be about the greater good. It had to be about, one, giving it to other people, but ultimately, it was all about flatten the curve. That's, for me, something that I never forgot. I'm not sure if the public in general forgot about it, but that's all we cared about, and that's all we should care about. Flatten the curve. What does that mean? It means like don't have so much people sick at the same time that your hospitals are going to burst through the seams, and then you can't not only cure or address these patients. There's all the other diseases that didn't just take a break, so you can give like the spotlight to respiratory disease. So that was always been the main issue and the main goal: flatten, because of another mathematical concept that is very important called exponential growth. And there's like this really interesting thought experiment that, can you tell me something that took, I don't even know how to phrase it. I would need to research it. But if something takes 1,000 years to double into filling half a mug of coffee, right, and it doubles, it doesn't matter where it starts. If it doubles every 10 hours or 1 year, let's say it doubles every 5 minutes, right? And it took it was so little that it started 1,000 years ago, doubling every 5 minutes. It doubled and it doubled and it doubled and it doubled and it doubled. And then just right now, it took, it filled a quarter of my cup. How long do you think, if it took 1,000 years to fill the quarter of my cup, how long do you think it will take to fill the full cup?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a question I can ask you, let you answer in front of the cameras, or I can give you the answer. Which one was it?
You want me to answer it?
No, you either want to. You want the answer, or do you want to try to answer it?
No. I want the answer now.
So if it doubles every 5 minutes, it doesn't matter where it started. It started 1,000 years ago. Started whatever rate it is. If it's at a quarter right now, it will take one cycle to double. So it's going to be half in one cycle, and it's going to double again. It's going to take another cycle to double and fill the full cup, right? So what it tells you, it took 1,000 years to fill a quarter cup and 10 minutes to fill the whole cup. And that's exponential growth. It's kind of like, it's a graph that explodes.
Right.
Math. It's
like the growth of technology the last 10, 15 years.
For example, I'm not sure if it follows that exponential graphic, but definitely.
Oh, the memory capacity for sure. We're into terabytes. I don't even know like where it is right now. Huh?
There's some servers use petabytes of information, but
Petabytes, yeah.
when I see those memes, like I'm still waiting to use x plus y equals 4 in my real life. Like this is an actual life example that of a mathematical concept that's very important. It's actually a huge application in what in how diseases spread and how fast can stuff get out of control. That's why like,
Yeah.
oh, we only have one guy, only have two guys, only for four, only have eight, and all of a sudden, boom, you have out of control.
Yeah.
If it was like a true exponential growth,
Right.
which has a potential to be, therefore you should be worried. Math, knowledge brings you fear.
But see, you said something interesting. You said something that I think it's true, and I want to ask you a question. Do you think that um, the distrust in the mainstream media and big pharma and the government and
I said all those things.
somehow no you didn't say that. You just said that like some things are
Influencing the
influencing people's choices.
yeah, and that's fascinating to
Of
me.
course, yeah. I mean, Jim Morrison said one time, "Whoever controls the media controls the mind."
Jim Morrison from
The Doors.
The Doors.
Yeah.
Jim Morrison.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Yeah,
Anyways, he said that, and I mean, it makes sense to me.
yeah, we see it.
And I think there are a lot of forces that are actually, kind of like controlling what is being said and the information that is being put out there. But we also have the phenomena of technology and internet and information,
Mhm.
being spread around so quickly nowadays. People, like normal people like us, acquired a voice and
Clearly,
are influencing a greater amount of people now. Like I don't just talk to I don't talk my nonsense craziness just to Louise. Now I'm
Yeah.
talking to at least like I don't know 100 people that are gonna watch
oh, you
this.
sell yourself long. I don't think we're gonna have 100 views on this first episode.
Like
at least.
it's still like internet gave
Give voice to
more
everybody,
relevant
yeah.
voice.
It took out the filters, and that's a good
Exactly.
and a bad thing.